information that is appropriate for schoolwork. In addition, you can help them learn to organize the information so that they may synthesize their knowledge. For the purposes of this curriculum, you must understand that there are distinctions between the types of searches students are typically asked to perform. The first type of search could be called a quick search or a fact search.
So make sure that you've run through. You can actually, what I usually do is hit the space bar and listen.
With much more exposure to modern technology.
And you can hit it again to start and stop. Okay, so then split it again.
You can also hold down Command T.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Maguire, and I was a classroom teacher for 5 years before joining the SOAR project. I am working on making the teacher's manual, but actually we're not making it in paper. We're doing a digital teacher's manual with instructional videos for teachers. One of the things that we have found is that students are very, very comfortable with technology and using the internet. Many of them have smartphones or access to computers with internet at home, so they're pretty comfortable using this technology. However, teachers, not so much. Teachers are not trained as much using this technology, and they're not used to using the technology in their classrooms. So first of all, we want to do the teacher manual in a digital style to help them be more comfortable with this technology. But the second thing is that the teacher manual is to show them the ways that technology and the internet can be used in their classrooms to their advantage, that they don't need to be afraid of technology, that once they learn how to use the technology appropriately, that the students can be let loose with confidence, and so many more things can be done that they just weren't capable of doing before because we have access to things like the internet. And oh man, I was on a roll.
And they should have access to the internet. I think that's part of it, right?
Why this is now a trend that we can't ignore. No longer can the research paper be written in a vacuum, exclusive of using the resources that we have on the internet. But what we need to be doing as instructors is guiding, supporting our students into helping to find the means to validate the information that they are finding. We can also use this suite of tools that the computer offers to help them gain access if they do struggle with reading, if they do struggle with deciphering information. There are some tricks that we have that, bring together that piece of how to gather, harvest, compile, and then synthesize information so that they can actually be allowed to produce their own creations. This is very important. I have been looking at different academic programs, curriculums that are being developed on the internet, and some of them, frankly, frighten me. There are researchers who are developing their own browsers, their own tools that will only access what they deem to be information that students can read. This isn't too far from, the notion of banning books. Who's to say what source is valid and appropriate for education? Who is to say that it isn't? What sort of credentials do you have to make that conjecture? What we feel is more important is that students are able to, acquire the critical thinking skills to go out there and truly decipher for themselves and be able to, not with limits, not with instructors saying, okay, you can only research on these 5 topics, and here's the expected outcome, which all the outcomes will be the same, but to gather from that plethora of resources their own take, their own synthesis, their own ingenious creations, because that is what learning is truly about.